Let's continue. So obstacles to starting. What are some of the obstacles? If you lose track of your objective, you would only see obstacles. That's for sure. However, if the only thing you see is the objective, then the obstacles must give way. What most people have not been taught is this truth. The more challenging your life is, the greater potential it has to inspire others. This sort of ideology usually puts faith over fear. Many people say, I really wish I had the right connection. If only I had this and that, then this would happen. Wrong. The key is to get started. Canadian self-help author who is late now, Bob Proctor, encourages entrepreneurs by saying faith and fear, pay attention here. Faith and fear both demand you believe in something you cannot see. You cannot see faith, you cannot see fear. You choose. So why would you choose fear? Right? So feed your faith and starve your fears. Here is a life hack. Always opt for the harder option, not the path of least resistance. The moment you are able to do something significant, it puts you on the world stage, while choosing the easier route could increase the time it takes for you to reach your goal. Everybody wants to connect with champions and people who are fixing problems. Right? Fear, one of the main obstacles to why people don't start. Many have defined fear as false evidence appearing real. FEAR, false evidence appearing real. But to me, the word fear stands for, pay attention, for every average rock star. I would take it again. Fear to me stands for every average rock star. All right. Although we are born rock stars, speaking metaphorically, many will die as average. Somewhere along the way, many will get trapped in safe zones, believing they are minding their own business. Being afraid of the opinions of others cripples. The painful truth about fear is this: fear does not stop death, it stops life. Fear does not stop death, it stops life. I was watching a television series called Prison Break. In it, I learned something I would never forget. In a conversation between the characters, Michael and Sarah, Michael said something like, when they tell you not to open a door, the day you open it, you realize there is another door behind that door. You open it and then you find out another one and you realize there are several, perhaps hundreds or thousands of them. It is literally endless. Your ability to unlock or go through those gates is what makes the difference. Such is life. Every door we dare to open becomes the stepping stone for the next door. Sometimes it's not just fear but pain. Like writer Robin Sharma says, pain is potential unexpressed. If you know doing XYZ is what would take you there, then do it. Fear is a useful emotion all the same. It can save you from many troubles. But fear has adverse effects too, because fear cuts deeper than swords. The good thing is, fear is in the eyes of the beholder, so don't let it be in you. Once I read from a friend of mine, artist Ni Abe, which said that you would never know how good a perfume smells until you apply pressure on its head. I will take it again. You will never know how good a perfume smells until you apply pressure on its head. Perhaps that's exactly what you have been running from. But after reading this or after hearing this, I hope you finally make that jump and apply that pressure. Take that leap of faith, and I will see you at the top. Fear is just a bunch of emotions that come together anytime you try to leave the safe house or your comfort zone. The world says fear is bad, but I believe fear is only an opportunity for bravery training. This point is extremely important. The world says fear is bad, but I believe fear is only an opportunity for bravery training. The beauty about life and living can be summed up in this quote: in the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer. And that makes me happy, for it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me there is something stronger, there is something better, pushing right back. This is a quote from Albert Camus. Another way I define fear is ironically for every amazing rock star. Now, you could have many variations as you want for every awesome rock star. First, we started off, or in contrast, for every average rock star. Those are the people who let fear defeat them. But then, if you're able to overcome your fears, then you move to the next zone of people or group of people, which is fears for every amazing or awesome rock star. So don't let fear stop you. And remember, fear doesn't stop death, it stops life. Identity crisis, one of the obstacles that stops people from getting started. One obstacle that prevents people from starting is an identity crisis. I think, therefore I am, is a Latin philosophical proposition by Rene. Would you agree that it would be an error to see a member of British royalty homeless and begging for alms on the street? Would you agree? In the same vein, don't think yourself less just because you were not born into the royal family. That's why I quoted, I think, therefore I am. I came upon this quote when I visited Bill Gates at the Gates Foundation. When you go to his website, the Gates Foundation, some time ago, and it resonated in my mind. It was written boldly on their homepage that all lives have equal value. All lives have equal value. Let me put an emphasis here. I did a video some time ago, I think I shared a couple of weeks ago, that all lives have equal values. Yes, we know this, but all lives do not have the same relevance. Even though all lives have equal values, we don't have the same relevance on earth. And the difference is those who have chosen to invest in themselves. The best investment we can make is to invest in ourselves. As much as buying even $1 billion worth of stocks, there's a place for all of that. Buying lands, buying precious metals, all of that, they are great. But the best investment you can make in yourself and to make in your children's life is to educate yourself, is to invest in yourself, until you finally become that man, until you finally, when mastery is birthed, I tell you what, I kid you not, the world cannot contain you. There is a point where you have built yourself so much. When you speak, it pours out. The richness of your mind, men cannot deny it. Where is this guy coming from? That's the best investment you can make in yourself. So again, don't look down on yourself. It's all about, again, being intentional and investing in yourself. All right, let's go on. I'm a firm believer that all lives intrinsically have equal value. So say to yourself, I am royalty. Having this mentality as you sojourn through life can significantly improve the quality of your life. How, you ask? Identity is a driver. Knowing your self-worth and having a sense of innate royalty drives self-confidence. I would choose someone who is self-confident over someone who is not, because insecurity can breed a toxic environment in a workplace. An insecure person may consider eliminating others to stand out and feel intimidated in the presence of highly skilled people. On the other hand, when people belong to the royal stock, even if it only exists in their mind, when they finally get to the palace, they don't feel that it's an accomplishment. Rather, they feel it is their rightful place. It is their rightful place because they've been living in their mindset all their lives. Christopher Columbus believed he was royalty until it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. Right, anyway, let's go on. They imagine that way because they already think of themselves as royals. This is what motivates people to start believing in who they are. It's having the confidence that if they can do it, so can I. It's not pride if this thought is born from a sincere heart, right? Why not me? Why not me? If they can do it, so can I. Nobody, like I said, came into this world with some computer cables in their hands. Nobody. There are only two things that babies are afraid of: the fear of height and noise. We all came literally just the same, but then somehow we begin to chart our own future. Your dream should not become your demise because you have an identity crisis. Identity dictates our different routes and destinations in life. Where we go and where we don't go, our do's and don'ts are all tied to our identity. Where would you likely find a gambler? In the casino, right? Because that's what he loves doing. Note, I didn't say that's who he is, because he can stop this habit if he decides. But until then, this will be his identity, and his identity will dictate where to find him. Where would you find a nurse? A hospital or clinic? You will not find nurses dressed in their work attire or uniforms in the club, right? And so identity is a master driver. It is imperative for you to know who you are. When the identity crisis is settled, it eliminates a lot of clutter and gives you clarity, because your actions will always align with your identity. In other words, identity dictates behavior. Identity dictates behavior. I kid you not. If you truly believe in something, your behavior will align with it. Identity always comes before behavior. We have a mental image, a portrait of how we see ourselves in the world. If you have the right image, your life will turn out right. All other things being equal, and the converse is true. The outcomes of life are dependent on our most dominant picture. There is an illustration I came across some time ago. If you tell a 3-year-old girl to walk across the stage, she will care less about what others think. Give the same command to a 30-year-old woman and the outcome will be totally different. She would walk across the stage, but you will notice the way she carries herself is different. Almost like her walk is calculated. There is a way she swings her hands, especially if she has great nails, right? What's the difference? The older woman recognizes something that the younger one does not. She has an identity. Obviously, that explains why kings and presidents talk in a way which contrasts to how commoners and those not in authority talk. It's identity. When you see a president talk, it doesn't matter whether it's day or night, rain, or it doesn't matter. There's a way they talk, there is a way they speak, because their identity is formed. They know their kinship. They know they belong again to the royal stock. And so there's a way they carry themselves.